The homeowner of this house was rescued by neighbors thanks to Twitter. Here's a look inside Forsyth County's emergency services.
Now, what did she ask Angie to ask us to do?
Zach Stewart and his neighbor Ben Lane have known each other since childhood. On this evening, they're sealing up the windows of their neighbor's home, Miss Peggy Bumgarner. The two men helped get her out of the burning home just 24 hours earlier.
Dude, when that glass blew, we were like right here, and you could hear it just humming, whoa, 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 and then it just exploded.
So she was out.
Yeah. You called. Straight shot over here. She was standing right there in front of the door. Wasn't moving. And
Was the big door shut?
No, the big door was open.
The
I could
screen
see
door
her
was
in the
open.
glass. I could see her
the
in the
screen
glass door.
Okay, I got you.
I could see her in the glass door. And I got her out on the porch right here, and I said, just give me 10 seconds. I'll go out there, throw some water on, and it'll be fine. Don't worry about anything. And by the time I opened the door again, the kitchen was gone. I walked in there to see it, and I thought, there's no way. So I came back out, and then that's when we caught about right here, and the glass started blowing.
The story begins with Zach making a Twitter discovery.
Probably a few years ago on a Friday, it was a bad windstorm coming up, and I just sort of picked it up, started following it, and was keeping an eye on how the storm was coming through to make sure it wasn't going to come through my business. And then I would click back to the scanner, listen to the scanner, click back to the Twitter, because sometimes the Twitter is ahead of the scanner. So I was just sort of following it like that, and ever since then, I've just kept in touch with it.
Zach started following Forsyth County's 911 Twitter account, and living and working near Forsyth County, he often stayed in the know of what was going on. The Twitter account is fed by the computer-aided dispatch that automatically posts non-violence-related incidents.
We left here at about 6:20, I guess. I was going to see my parents. Pulled out of the main road and I got to the stop sign up on a Mountain View, and I just looked at my phone at the stop sign, and I seen the Twitter went off, and I said, it's 129 Bumgarner Lane, but it was spelt wrong. And my wife said, well, that's spelt wrong. And I said, yeah, but it's in Stokes County. So while I was at the stop sign, I Googled the address, and I said, that's Miss Peggy's house. So I pulled out and turned around in the next driveway, and I called Ben, my friend Ben, and I said, Ben, I had an account for the 911 Twitter go off, and I said, it was saying a building fire at Miss Bumgarner's. And he said, I'm putting my boots on and I'm out the door now.
Got home from work, I was sitting on the couch. My buddy Zach from across the street called and said, get over to Miss Peggy's, there's something's going on. He got something on his Twitter feed, a house fire or something. I thought, I don't know about that. But anyway, put my boots on, ran over there. Sure enough, here it was. The stove was on fire. And Miss Peggy standing in the doorway. So I thought, well, we got to get her out of the house, try to get the fire out.
I turned around immediately, headed back, and I turned my scanner on in the meantime. Turned my scanner on, and I turned on my road, which is Thomas Road, and that's when the alert from my scanner come out. And I really can't remember what they said. I don't know if they said visible flames or not, but whatever it was, I sort of sped down my road, and I turned on Bumgarner and went a little faster, and I seen Ben's dad, Kenny, sort of walking around the curve down here, and we got in front of my house. You could see her house through the woods, and my wife just screamed out, it's on fire. And it was just, I've never seen anything like it. The flames were absolutely just, it was just a roaring blaze coming out of the windows, and I just floored it and threw it in park in my yard and jumped out. And I come around the corner of my car, and just thank God I seen Ben with Miss Bumgarner. He was about 10 foot off from the house.
So got her out of the house, went back in to put the fire out, and it was already gone. It was too big. Nothing we could do. So yeah, got her out of the house, and Zach was probably maybe a minute away. I don't know, but my dad came over, and then Zach came over, and then we walked her out, and yeah, got her in a chair, and the glass blew out of the front door from all, I guess, the pressure inside the home when the fire got big, and it was coming out and curling over the roof. It was wicked.
Within minutes, the Stokes County, the King Fire Department was here, and they put the fire out. And I mean, it seemed like 30 seconds, but it was just amazing by them how quick they got here and how they put the fire out that quick. It was it was a very surreal time. I'll say that, very surreal.
And you know, some of the wood in this house came from the Trinity United Methodist Church.
Zach and Ben continued to close up the home the best they could and took time to remember what Mrs. Baumgartner and her home meant to the neighborhood.
Come over here at Christmas, it'd be decked out to the nines for Christmas. You get my neighbor Ryan Ingram, me and him were good buddies, and she'd give us candy canes. We get one a day. We come every day up till Christmas. I mean, this place is like a little Christmas village around here.
Miss Baumgartner, 86 years old, is now with family. And in the 24 hours since the fire happened, her neighbors who helped her get out have had time to think about things. The fact that Stokes Fire dispatched the call to Forsyth County's 911 for mutual aid, and Zach happened to be following alerts from their Twitter feed, and his friend and neighbor Ben was home and able to respond. For these men, they believe their steps were ordered.
I think it's more of a God thing. It's like, things just worked out perfect. And I don't know what else to put that on. It's like seeing somebody with about 2 or 3 days left before they pass away. If you don't believe in a higher power, you will then. And so I think it was that.
Me and Ben was talking about it last night. Sometimes a higher power is involved, and it's a God thing. But there had to be some legwork involved too. Like we was talking earlier, it just worked out.
We just did what people would do. You know what I'm saying?
For Forsyth County, I'm Ed McNeil.